Now that you've had time to work on your warm-up, let's go over the answers. So for number 1, you're looking for the circumference of a circle with the radius of 2.5. So because we have radius, we're going to use circumference equals 2 pi r. 2 times 3.14 times 2.5. 2.5 times 2 is 5, so 3.14 times 5. So the circumference of this circle is going to be 15.7. Number 2, to determine the area of the triangle shown. Okay, so remember that area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So in this triangle, our base is 8 and our height is 16. So we'll have 8 times 16 divided by 2. So 8 times 16 is 128. 128 divided by 2 is 64. So our area is 64 meters squared. 3, to determine the area of the regular pentagon shown. Okay, so to use my pentagon, I'm going to make triangles, because I can make lots of triangles that are the same thing with my regular pentagon. Okay, so the base of this entire triangle is 12 and the height is 10. So 12 times 10, divided by 2. So 120 divided by 2 is 60. So that one triangle is 60. Well, how many of those triangles do I have? If I can look, if I can draw on my pentagon, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those triangles. So all I have to do is 60, because that's what 1 is, times 5. So our final answer is going to be 300 millimeters squared for the area of that pentagon. Okay, so 4 said, how did knowing how to determine the area of the triangle help you to calculate the area of the rectangular pentagon? Well, we just, like I said, we took that pentagon and we cut it up into smaller triangles that we also already knew, so that we could figure out the area of that pentagon. Now that we have gone over the warm-up, please go ahead and put that away. You need out a sheet of notebook paper to take notes over area of a circle. So please take out a sheet of paper to take notes on area of a circle. Alright, for our area of a circle, first thing we have to talk about is a couple different types of circles. One type of circle is called an inscribed circle, a circle that fits exactly within the boundaries of another shape. It is that largest possible circle that will fit inside a plane figure. So if you look at the example below, we have this triangle, or the triangle, and the circle fits exactly in between it, where the edges touch the edge, all the way around possible. This is called an inscribed circle. So a circle that is put inside of another shape and is the largest possible it could be. Alright, to find area of a circle, the area of a circle is found by solving the following formula. Some of you may have already heard this, but it is area equals pi r squared. Please remember that that is squared. And what does squared mean? Squared is anything multiplied by itself. So whatever number I put in for radius, I have to multiply it by itself first. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example together. Okay, so I have the following circle that has the radius of 7 centimeters. Okay, my formula is area equals pi r squared. So my first step is I'm going to substitute the radius into the formula. So where I see r, I'm going to put 7. And I already know that 3.14 is my pi. Okay, so my first step is I have to follow PEMDAS. I'm going to square my radius. So remember, radius squared, so 7 times 7. So that's where we get the 49 down here in our example. Okay, so then from there I have 49 times 3.14. When I finish solving, I get 153.86 centimeters squared. Please do not forget to label your answers. Because we are talking about area, your answers will all be squared. Centimeters squared, inches squared, meters squared, units squared. Do not forget to label your answer. Alright, so let's try an example together. So what is the area of the circle? So what's my formula for area again? Area equals pi r squared. What's my pi? 3.14. What's my radius? My radius is 5, and I have to square it. So what is 5 squared? So 3.14 times 5 squared is 25. So I just need to multiply 3.14 by 25. Let's see if you can beat Coach Schweitzer. 4 times 5 is 20. Oops. So you should have an answer of area equals 78.5, and then don't forget to label, so this would be feet squared. Okay, so that will be our answer. Remember, I need to see the following steps. I need to see your equation that you are using, the number substituted into the equation, whatever steps you needed, and then the final answer written down, labeled. Okay, let's see if you can answer the next one on your own. I'll give you 2 minutes with your shoulder partner. See if you can answer the following problem. Okay, so again, remember our formula is area equals pi r squared. Well, in this case, they gave me diameter. So if the diameter is 20, the radius is half of that, so my radius is 10. So I should have 3.14 times 10 squared. Well, we all know 10 squared is 100. So 3.14 times 100 is 314. And this is inches squared. Okay, any questions? Hopefully we're all doing okay. Let's go ahead and go to the next problem. Again, I will give you about 2 minutes with your shoulder partner to see if you can figure out the following problem. Okay, now that you've had a few minutes, so for this problem they give us that the radius is 11 feet. So again, my area equals pi r squared. Pi is 3.14. My radius is 11 squared. So 11 squared is 121. After I do all of my beautiful math showing my work, I should have 379.94 feet squared. Remember, you are not allowed to use calculators. This should all be done by hand. Alright, one more question. I'll give you 1 minute to go ahead and get started with your shoulder partner. Alright, now that you've had a few minutes, so on this one, same problem. Oh, excuse me. They gave me diameter again, so I need to make sure to change that into radius. So if the diameter is 24, the radius is 12. So I should have 3.14 times 12 squared. So I get 3.14 times 144. So I should have a final answer of 452.16. And this is yards squared. Okay, hopefully you've got it. If you have any questions, please make sure to see me or Miss Jones before or after school so we can clear up anything. We do have one more thing to go over before we end the lesson. So the last thing we have to talk about is called area of concentric circles. So what a concentric circle is are circles that share the same diameter. So if you look at the picture, we have two circles. We have the smaller circle on the inside and then the bigger circle on the outside. And then they both have exactly the same center. Okay, the other thing that we must know in this problem is called annuals. Annuals is the region bound by two concentric circles. So that would be this right here. Okay, so in order for me to figure out what the area of this is, I'm going to have to do something a little different. So the area of the big circle will tell me what the entire area is, but I will have to subtract the area of that small circle to determine the area of just that annual, or the section that I have shaded in. So let's try an example together. So it says that r represents the radius of the larger circle and that the little r represents the radius of the smaller circle. So suppose that the big R equals 8. So this big circle has a radius of 8, and the small one has a radius of 3. So first thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and find the area of the bigger circle. So the area of your bigger circle, formula is still the same. Pi r squared, so 3.14 times 8 squared. So 8 squared is 64, so 3.14 times 64. So the area of my big circle is going to end up being 200.96 centimeters squared. So now that I have the area of my big one, I need to figure out the area of my smaller circle on the inside. So our smaller circle is still area equals pi r squared. So I still have 3.14 times, and this radius is 3, and I need to square it. So 3.14, 3 squared is 9. So the area of this smaller circle is going to be 28.26 centimeters squared. So in order for us to figure out just the area of that shaded region, I need to subtract the area of the small from the area of the big. So 296 minus 28.26. Please make sure you line up your decimals. So you should have a shaded area of 172.7 centimeters squared. Okay, any questions? All right, I hope you guys are good to go. You have this time to work on your homework. You must work on your homework. Please make sure if you have any questions that you come in for tutorials before or after school. Thank you.